Hello YouTube, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Samuel, and for this YouTube channel I'll be reviewing movies. For the very first movie I'll be reviewing, one of the movies, Soole. It's currently streaming on Netflix, and because it's streaming on Netflix, it's not getting a lot of recognition and people are not even comparing it to Anikulapo. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Soole is a Nigerian comedy movie about people moving from one point to another within the state. Um, it was released last year, 2021, November, and when it was released last year, nobody knew it. Nobody got to even hear of it, speak of it. But now, currently, it's streaming on Netflix and it's raising people's voices over it. People are comparing it to Anikulapo, like I mentioned, and well, it's a good movie. It's a good movie, but what I'm doing here, I'm just giving a review. I'm not against the production team, the creative mind behind this thing. I'm just giving my own personal review, my own personal opinion. And if you feel you're going to be attacked by it, don't just watch this review. Just keep it, and eventually we get to do what we're going to do. I'll try as much as possible, guys, not to prolong this video. I'll try as much as possible to make it within something that's not way too long. And if you are enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so that when next I get to release a new video, you will be alerted. You'll be notified that I release a new video. The movie was directed by Kayode Kazim. I've not really seen much of his works. I think this is the first movie I'll be seeing. Personally, this is the first movie I'll be seeing from his work, and it was good. He was able to bring out the story. He was able to bring out the characters, directing everything, and he did it perfectly well. He did it not perfectly well, but he did it well. The cast of this movie were Shola Shubowale, Aduni Ade, Femi Jacobs, and a host of others. And you know that when you see Shola Shubowale, you know that she's bringing her A game to the movie. Her performance in this movie was extremely shocking. Let me use the word shocking because when I watched her performance in this movie, I was, wow, this woman is amazingly good. She's great at bringing out her character. She's great at bringing out what she's supposed to do into the movie. She's bringing herself. She's more like playing that in actual life. So she really did well in this movie. Aduni Ade, of course, she's one that produced this. It's a movie, and she also have to bring her top game. I like the fact that she was able to play the Reverend Sister role correctly. When I was watching the movie, I mistakenly called her Virgin Mary because she was really acting so sober, so calm. Yes, she really did it. Femi Jacobs did his best at it. I like the way it came out in the movie. The whole white mustache, your costume, your makeup was really bringing out the character he was trying to portray. Others did their best. The driver, the police, the agents, they did all well. Those people behind those characters did so well, and I must say, the movie really started well. It's more like cheap transport. You don't when you know that you don't have the money to pay for those expensive transports, those roadside, just when you just see where they just drop and get you to that far destination you want. The movie started with Reverend Sister trying to help with the children, but she was not supported with her idea, and she had to move from Lagos to Enugu. She was able to pay for her transport. Then afterwards, we got to see where a woman came in, dropped the bag. We didn't get to know the content of this bag, and she was just trying to pay for the transport from Lagos to Enugu. It continued. I don't want to really release so much spoilers for those who have not really watched the movie, but it's just basically the interaction between people traveling over a long distance of time, where they were attacked, they were robbed on the way, stopped on the way, and eventually there was a big twist. So I'm not going to release that twist, and I'm going to stop there if I release too much spoiler. Cinematography is very important in shooting a movie. It's basically what the team behind the movie are trying to make we the viewer see. So it's very important in storytelling. It's very, very important. Now, shooting movie when it comes to moving in a vehicle is quite difficult. It's not something we Nigerian producers have ventured into. It's quite costly, quite risky, and it takes a whole lot of work and time. And that's why you notice most movies don't always get to do anything that relates with car chase. It's just basically just shooting within inside the four space of the vehicle while moving. When it comes to car chase, all those speed, everything, you don't do that because it's quite risky and it's expensive. Now, in this movie, I noticed that up to two scenes they were zooming inside the bus. It's I don't know what to say. I was not really okay with that because this is it's a movie, and since it's a movie, they're trying to make we the viewers feel that okay, there's not the cameras are not among the passengers. It's only when it comes to all this skit making. Even in skit making, you get to see where they are trying to make sure that the cameraman or the person handling the camera is not among the passengers. But they failed to do that here in this movie. You get to notice the position, the angle, then you know that okay, definitely the cameraman is among the passengers. And one word that was really not really pleased was when one of the scene was shooting from way behind the vehicle and they had to zoom to capture the pastor. I was not really it didn't really play well. This movie started great. When I started the movie, I knew that the plot was great because it's not something we usually see in Nigeria. The plot it started well, but along in the middle of this movie, it was getting annoying. And I still don't know why people are comparing it to Nikolapo, or I still know what reason. They're entitled to their opinion, yes I know, but when you see a good movie that get to play out the story well, get out to get their every means to be able to portray important details, the smallest details well, that's how you really tag the movie. There were a lot of unrealistic things in this movie. There were a lot. Despite the fact that it's a fictitious movie, this is they're trying to tell the Nigerian side when it comes to traveling from one point to another. And because of that, they have to really play out a lot of things that are realistic. You cannot just say you want to shoot a movie about police and bring out something that is not realistic. In as much as a story, there must be something close to it being realistic, and it failed in that part. My issue started with the very beginning of the movie where they were trying to uh, take a bus seat, buy a ticket, when the reverend sister was trying to get uh, a ticket for the bus. The conversation between the driver and the reverend sister, it was not really realistic. Even the conversation between the driver and the lady trying to drop the box, the unidentified box with the driver, the money that the driver was charging was way too much for just a bag without no seat. And the man just agreed. And I was like, are these people playing with my intelligence? Me, that will take my baggage to the bus park. Even if they call the amount they'll call, it's still something that I will have to still question because it's not supposed to be that amount. The man just willingly accepted it, and I was like, this is so unrealistic. Yes, they actually took a journey in this movie, but I still noticed the fact that in some locations you could see interlocking cars for the road, interlocking roads. But like this, they didn't try to hide that. They just made us see one thing, and they are trying to portray the fact that they are traveling. And yet, I'm getting to see interlocking interlocking towers for a road. So it was looking more like a street. That was one of the flaws I noticed. And when it came to the robbery part, where the armed robbers get to attack the bus, there was no attack on the passengers, no loss of life. And I was like, this is not possible. This is not so much possible. We are Nigerians, and we're not foreign to where people get to travel from one location to another. Because we were attacked on the roadside, and none of them were hurt. at least you will get to hear stories of maybe they kidnapped or maybe they killed. But that just scene was not just, they just came for the bag and took it without even hitting. No, it was not. The hitting was not really much realistic, but they still tried to play that okay, yes, they were very very violent with the passengers, but it didn't still settle down with me. On that floor again, I noticed with the whole movie is the fact that you're traveling from Lagos to Enugu, you know that you're inside bush, and still you guys will get down and you want to like ease yourself, you want to ease yourself, and you go inside the bush. What if they kidnap you? It made me question a lot of things because if I was to compare it to real life issues, I know I want to ease myself. I know I want to um, let out some things. I will not go way deep inside the bush. But you see all of them packing to the bush, not once or twice. I don't really, me stating the flaws will make me want to use a lot of spoilers. But they enter the bush and it still didn't settle down with me. I'm not like, okay, why did they have to do that? Why did they have to do that? When it came to the scenes of this movie, I personally I felt a lot of the scenes were overwhelmingly stretched. They were stretched beyond normal. Some scenes were taking too long. Some unnecessary things were just added to the scenes. I don't know if they were trying to make the movie longer, but it was just stretched and became tiring. It was really tiring for me to watch some of the scenes because this is also something that's supposed to take a few minutes. They made it even longer. I noticed again for another flaw is the yes, still a movie about people traveling. People will get to interact, people get to insult, fight, but the noise were not managed enough. It was just too noisy. If you want to, you are making use of your earpiece to watch the movie, or you're making use of your sound system to watch, and it's on top volume, you have to reduce it way down because the noise was just too much. It was way too much, and I couldn't take it. It didn't settle down with me because it was just mismanaged. The noise was mismanaged. They were not able to synchronize. Everybody was just trying to play parts, and at a point, it was not seeming realistic anymore. Even when they were arguing. I'm not saying all this to discourage you. The movie is actually good, but these were the things that didn't settle down with me. And towards the end of the movie, again, after the whole successful journey, getting to that location, 11 months later, they showed that the driver woke up. And I asked again, are these people playing with my intelligence? Did the driver sleep in a bush for a whole 11 months? If you watch the movie, it's towards Christmas. It's this December, yes. December, few weeks to Christmas. They were taking this journey. And 11 months, which is next year, November, October or November, and the bus driver is still in the bush. His key was still intact, the bus was still intact, and I'm not like, how come? So they didn't really play that part very well. The fact that 11 months later, the bus driver is still in the bush. 11 months later, they were portraying that they have grown, they have passed, they have successfully forgotten that experience, and yet they were still talking as if it was just a night over. Or the fact that we're not distributing boxes of dollars to the survivors in 11 months later. That did settle down with me. And because of that, I personally did not really enjoy the movie, but that doesn't make it a bad movie. That doesn't mean it's not a good movie. Well, in Nollywood movies, you get to notice that not all of them get to carry a good or great theme song. Maybe because of the fact that they're trying to portray Nigerian music, they're trying to promote the fact that we are Nigerians and we want to use Nigerians. So not all of the background music they get to use get to settle down with the scenes or with the after scenes. I don't know if you understand. But in this movie, I was very, very, very much satisfied with the theme song, with the background music they used. settled down with each and every of the roles they were trying to act. Each and every role. The theme song played out where complemented the scene. Now, the special effect in this movie, there was not really much in special effect. But what I saw in this movie was, yes, hey, it really settled down well. I enjoyed the special effect when it comes to the shooting scene. The shooting played out where you get to see the scene when they were trying to portray the bullets coming towards the camera. You don't get to see that in Nollywood movies. But the way to portray it in this movie, where the bullet was coming towards the camera, and you get to want to, you watching the movie, you want to dodge it, and like in actual sense, they really did great in that part. And the fighting sequence was good. I really enjoyed it. There was no really roughness. There was no gra in like we normally call it. It was quite recognized. Everything played out well. It was more like a dance in a fighting way, but you will not notice the dance. You will notice that it's just fighting. It played it out well. Who should see this movie? Basically, everybody can see this movie, from child to adults. You can see this movie. This movie is great. Um, Great content. So you basically can eventually get to learn one or two from the movie. You can get to learn one or two from the movie. If you're not a Nollywood movie fan, you should just try as much as possible to watch it. There's a lot of humor in it, a lot of humor in it. Well, guys, I want to thank you for taking this journey with me to the end of this video. I still want to urge you guys, please, that don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so that anytime I get to release a new video, a new review, you'll be notified and get to enjoy it. So thank you very much. Thank you for sticking with me to the end, and have a lovely week ahead.